We're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. Forgive me. I was using the restroom, then I came out and I was talking to my son Jackson, the one you guys seen last night. We were talking about some stuff, and I looked at my phone and I was like, holy crap, man, I'm late for the show. I got to go. So I don't even have my computer fired up yet, but we are going to get this shit rolling again. Welcome back to Mike Drop Sports and the show. Still City Live here. And I'm Jason. So if you're new, hit the like button, please. If you're old, hit the like button. Please do. Share this and get everything out there. We're going to talk a little bit of combine stuff where Omar Khan spoke today. We're going to talk about that kind of stuff for sure. We're also going to talk a little bit. I want to get back to a little Steelers history and stuff like that. Reminisce a little bit. Get back to some lighthearted conversation, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I just had a hankering for wanting to talk a little bit of old school Pittsburgh Steelers stuff, maybe if we get to it, we'll see. All right, guys, I'm gonna fire up this computer. It said my password was incorrect, which you know how that shit goes. We'll see here. Hold on. There we go. All right. Booyah. All right, we're locked and loaded here. Getting back here on the Mike Drop Sports page so I can see the chat. Anything you guys want to talk about, please put it in there. We will definitely talk about it. Let's see what some of the comments were. Hey, Blue Light, you were here. Yeah, you were here way before, man. Joshua Shields, what's up? How are you? Steven, what's up? Hit the like button. What's up, Sean? Aloha. Steven Carpenter. There's an echo? I'm sorry. We'll see if that corrects itself here. I'm not sure why that would be doing that. I just took my my earpiece out, so maybe. What's up, JD? Beer Malls, he's here. JD's here. Blue Light's here. Evening from D. What's up, D? D is back again. Guys, I gotta say thank you for last night's show, man. That was super awesome. Really was an awesome show, man. That was probably the most fun I had for a while. And I want to thank Sean. I want to thank you guys. That was like a really, really fun ass show. And I hope we can continue doing those shows, those types of shows. That's where I really thought it was fun as shit, man. I don't know why. I just had a really, really good time, man. And I wanted to just say that to you guys for sure, that so you knew. Sorry, guys. News. Let me see. There we go. Now we're getting cranking here. All right, guys. I even went and got a Starbucks. I got the kids' dinner. I'm on a roll, man. All right, Steven, hold on. Let me try this, guys. I'm going to unplug that. Can you hear the echo now? Yeah, Sean, it was. All right, hold on. Let me get back. What do you think, guys? Somebody put in the chat whether if the echo is better. How it was when I had it unplugged or with it plugged in. Because I can put in my earpieces and we can do it that way. Let me know, guys. I don't want it to be horrible viewing experience. So sometimes YouTube's jacked up, man. So let me know. Sounds fine now, Sean? All right, guys. If anything changes, please let me know. Maybe I was talking a little bit too loud, too. I could adjust this volume. We'll see. Headphone on. Sounds good here. JD says it sounds good. D says he hears a little reverb. Let me know if it gets bad, guys. I will switch it over. Thanks, George. Appreciate it, buddy. Sounds good with George. All right, cool. We'll roll with it like that. I won't talk as loud. Maybe that was it. But I get animated when we're fired up talking here on Mike Drop Sports on Steel City Live. The new show name. I like it, guys. It's catchy, man, for sure. I got to quit saying that, too. I say for sure so damn much, and it drives me crazy. I can only imagine what it does for you guys. It's driving me absolutely bonkers, because I'll rewatch my shit, but damn, man, I cannot stand to say it. I got to quit saying that. I'm going to put a freaking jar right here and put $1 in that bitch every time I say for sure. It's going to drive me nuts until I break the habit. All right, Steven, maybe let me know, buddy, if it once you reload. Thanks, Josh. It does sound good on Josh's end. Thanks, guys, for letting me know. Yeah, I just didn't want it to be like some horrible experience for you guys. That's definitely not the goal. All right. All right, guys, hit that like button. Let's keep on moving here with the live show tonight. Let's talk a little bit about what was going on with the rumor that I hear, you're seeing a lot of things when you ever. Let's talk about this real quick so we can just get this shit off the table. It won't be no more for the Steelers, at least. I can say with 1,000% certainty that I believe Justin Fields is going to the Atlanta Falcons. So that rumor with the Pittsburgh Steelers can officially go to bed now forever. We don't have to talk about it anymore. And yes, I know there was something that Omar Khan had talked about it, but that he didn't give any earth-shattering news saying that they talked to him. But there, if you look at the Vegas odds on where Justin Fields is going to, you can't even make any, you couldn't make 50 cents off of it if you bet on Justin Fields going to Atlanta. And that's usually a telltale sign. Plus, there's a lot of leaks on the internet that you're starting to see. I'm going to say with 1,000% certainty that Justin Fields will be an Atlanta Falcon sooner rather than later. And I think Justin Fields does add a dynamic to the Atlanta Falcons with the players they have in place to be successful. I really do think that he could play that style of football down there because they have a lot of fast players, a good offensive line. He's a running type quarterback. So I think they could have some success down there with the running back, the tight end and shit they have down there. So that's probably a good place, and that's his home. And I can almost guarantee it, guys. We just don't know what the particulars of the trade are going to be yet. So put that shit to bed with the Pittsburgh Steelers for sure, guys. All right, Steven. Okay, buddy. Glad. Okay, good. I hope. No, don't apologize, buddy. That's good. I just want to make sure. I wouldn't want it to be all crazy in any of your ears, man. I appreciate you telling me anytime something's messed up. That's what we are all about here, guys, for sure. Tell me what's going on. And I said for sure again. Damn. God, man. It's making me crazy. All right, D. Omar said he's pretty sure Mason wants to come back and compete. Yeah, D, he did say that. And he also said that they were really comfortable and really liked what Mason Rudolph did at the end of last season. And they're really comfortable with Mason as a whole. I think they're really starting to let you in on what's going to kind of happen here. And I truly believe the first round pick, the first round selection is going to be one of three positions: cornerback, tackle, or center. I would almost guarantee that. I would almost with certainty say that. That's just my opinion. Now, I may be wrong. And I think if whatever they don't get there out of those three positions in the first round, you could bet your ass they're going to be aiming for it in the second round too. I think that those are becoming their priority. I think inside linebacker is going to be a spot they try for, maybe third round. Something like that. I think defensive tackle could be a priority also if they get the right guy in the right position. It's all going to just play out how these runs happen on certain position groups. But I can say for certainty that they're going to go after a top flight corner if there's one available, or they're going to go after the center if it's available, and they are going to go after a tackle. Those are three positions that I know that they are definitely aiming for, at least with how this is sounding that it's starting to come out with the way you hear these guys talk, the way you're hearing some of these rumors being leaked. JD says, wonder if Mason is going to get any offers. I think he will, JD. I think Mason Rudolph will be able to be a player in this year's free agency market. I just don't think he'll demand some of the dollars that some may speculate that he would demand. Now, we had a conversation a few weeks ago or a couple weeks ago to where the numbers, and it was just a conversation with you and I know some of the numbers have gotten over like 10, $15 million range, and I can almost say that's probably not going to happen. I don't think Mason Rudolph will be a $15 million a year quarterback. Maybe a desperate team that needs a guy that knows that he can perform well. They do that. Okay, maybe. But I think he would be 10 and under. That's where I think he'll definitely be for sure. But I think he'll get some offers. Definitely from some teams out there that have seen what he could do at the end of the season. And I think this year, as opposed to last year, I think he will get one. Stephen Carpenter, I'm starting to think TJ Tampa would be there in the second, the time the Steelers pick. Yeah, what is it, 51, 52, right? It's one of those two. It's like 51 or 52. That's where they pick. TJ Tampa might be, man. You might be right, Stephen. That could be. That could be. Let's look up some of his numbers, too, while we're talking about it. Let's just look up some of his stuff. TJ Tampa. Just so I have everything on him. There we go. Oh, that was the 2023. There we go. Sorry, guys. I'm going to bring up his combine and draft prospect profile while we were talking about it, because I think that does sound like he could be there for. I'm not going to say it. I almost said for sure. I'm not going to say it though. I'm not. I'm going to break that habit, guys. I'm definitely going to break that habit. All right, TJ Tampa, cornerback, Iowa State, out of St. Petersburg, Florida, a senior. Production score, he's got a 71. Athleticism score, he's about a 78, and a total score of about 79. When you're looking at the prospect statistics, he's a 200-pound guy, 6'2" tall. So another decently sized guy. Maybe could add some weight when he comes up into the NFL a little bit, but maybe you want him to be a little bit of a lower weight. I'm 6 foot and I weigh 210 pounds, and I'm not an enormous dude. So to play in the NFL, maybe I feel like you could, 10 pounds wouldn't hurt him or anything, be about 210. JD, I thought 3 to 4 million a year, but that may be low. JD, you might be in the ballpark because I really thought from the get go that it was going to be between $5 to $7 million max. I just said 10 million. Just in case there becomes like a bidding war or something for him, which I don't think the Steelers will entertain a bidding war for him, guys. And I love Mason Rudolph, and I want him to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. I really, really do, and I think he could succeed, and I think he deserves the chance. But I can almost say wholeheartedly here in my head, I don't think Omar Khan and the Pittsburgh Steelers will get into a bidding war for the services of Mason Rudolph. They like Kenny Pickett way too much. And that might be sad for some of us. It is for me because I would like to see them at least make a couple attempts to get him. But I could guarantee if it gets up in the double-digit millions per season to keep him, I just don't think that they entertain that. I don't. Now, I may be wrong, guys. I really may be wrong. They're saying this TJ Tampa guy definitely is projected to be, a starter, maybe not first year, but second year type starter. Maybe he would get in there and make some snaps. That might be a good pick, Steven. I like that now that you got me thinking about it, buddy. Blue light switch. I'm glad we cut Mason Cole. The number of bad snaps I saw was so high. Yeah, man, that guy was killing us, man. Sean and I on the post-game shows when he would join me, I remember just Sean and I going back and forth during the game and talking on here after the game about how miserable we were watching those snaps in the dirt, up high. Guys, that kills a play from the start. Damn, dude, it kills a play from the start. You can't have that. And it starts with the center, man. And that's why the Steelers and every other damn team in the entire NFL prize these center positions. And they don't let them go. You see guys like Jason Kelsey, guys that are really, really good over the years, they stay with one team. Marquise Pouncey, Steeler for life. Dermontti Dawson, Steeler for life. Mike Webster. Those guys, those types of guys are what you're looking for, man. Stephen Carpenter, hard hitter as well. Yeah, I'm gonna really check him out. I haven't watched him a whole bunch, Stephen. That's why I wanted to look him up. Miss Pittsburgh, that will be pretty sad. What if Mason's gone? I'd agree. Nathan Sampson, what should we do about Pickett? Trade him or bench him or just cut him? I think you have control of him on that rookie deal for at least 2 more years. He's completed 2, so you'll have the 24 season in the 2025 season to see how he develops. Even if he is the number 2, you're going to get to see him in practice. Then you have that ability to have that 5th-year option. The whole name of the game here, guys, for the Pittsburgh Steelers, in my eyes, is to continue to live in a world where their quarterback salary isn't inflated, isn't huge, isn't monstrous until they find that right guy. And that's exactly what they have to do. You want to have as cheap a possible quarterback room, and Kenny Pickett provides that, at least for right now. And that's the path they're going to take until they stumble upon or Kenny Pickett grows into the quarterback that they are looking for. That's just my opinion. JD says Steelers need a number 3 QB2. Yeah, the room is bare. The cupboard is bare, JD. One quarterback right now, Kenny Pickett only. And if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, a guy in the mid to late rounds wouldn't be a horrible thing to do. If you pick one of these young guys in the draft, a guy that has a higher ceiling that could possibly grow into something. I like guys like Spencer Rattler. I like guys like that kid from South Alabama, Carter Bradley. I like him. I like those types of players that could have that good story. And that's what you're trying to do in this draft. Evaluate players correctly and find those diamonds in the rough, man. That's what you're looking for. And no doubt about it. D. I don't think they would get in a bidding war, but I don't think they need to. Just need to make Mason presumptive starter with Kenny having the opportunity to de-seat him if he performs. I would like that D. I think that would be an excellent situation for Mason. That would be the best of both worlds for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Also, you're keeping your young quarterback. You're keeping Mason Rudolph. You're letting him get that chance that he's never got. And dude, I had a comment today, and I'm not arguing with anybody because I could be wrong too. They may not be wrong, but they said Mason Rudolph is no more than a second string quarterback. That's all he is. How can we say that for a guy that doesn't even have half the starts of Kenny Pickett? Kenny Pickett's had 25 starts. Mason, what, 13, 14, something like that? Something minimal like that? Mason Rudolph has never been given the opportunity to prove that he is more than a second string quarterback, except for these last four handful of starts that he had at the latter part of 2023. And he proved to be very, very good in those games. He was the top rated statistical quarterback inside the NFL. You can't argue those. Those numbers stand. Nathan Sampson, thank you for, hey, no problem, man. We always try to respond here, brother. '06 Steeler Nation. The kid from Kentucky could be a pickup at quarterback. I'm going to have to look at that one, '06. I don't know who that is. It's not ringing a bell to me. I'll definitely check it out. Stupid Vic fan, number 37. Kenny Pickett, good job. Kenny Pickett's bad job. He hasn't done well yet. I mean, his record wasn't bad, but he's playing behind a good defense. And once they got beat up, you started to see more and more losses. Then Mitch came in. They couldn't rely on the defense as much. It was tore up. The losses started piling up even more. You needed a quarterback that was NFL ready, a guy that was going to stand in the pocket and deliver the football and guide the offense. That was the solution. And guys, whatever it takes to get a quarterback, that's what it takes to win, man. I mean, we all know that. Beer Malls. I think they will start Kenny and have Mason waiting in the wings. That could be too. They really like Kenny for some reason, guys. I can't explain that. This Starho is good as shit tonight. All right, Mark Malone. Mason can drop dimes on dudes 50 yards downfield. Yeah, he does have the ability to throw the deep ball, guys. We saw that at Oklahoma State, and we've seen that every time he's been in NFL action. The guy doesn't mind putting down the ball down the field. He does not mind doing it, and he's rather good at it. And you know what really shocked me? Well, it didn't shock me, but I was pleasantly surprised that it happened with Mason Rudolph. His ability to throw the short to intermediate balls in an accurate manner greatly improved from the last time that I saw him. He typically, with having such a big arm, overthrew guys, typically was a little off target on his short to intermediate balls, and I felt like with his pocket presence improving, I felt like he was really, really good at that, and he definitely did improve. Look at even the touchdown to Calvin Austin in Buffalo in the playoff game. That was a dart in a short passing situation, and Mason wasn't always like that. Preach it, brother. Mason can drop down. JD, we got a QB coach too. Yeah, we had a QB coach last year. It was Mike Sullivan, and then when Canada got fired, Sullivan and Eddie Faulkner assumed the play calling duties and offensive coordinator role as a team, and Mike Sullivan still was the quarterback's coach, but really, was calling plays on game day, which is a pretty good thing. But they have got a new quarterbacks coach this season, and now I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But they got that guy from the Rams, I believe, and then they brought in the Jets' former wide receiver coach to replace Frisbin Jackson in the wide receiver room. And I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are starting to really load up in quality areas and really starting to emphasize look at things that it takes to win. The passing game, bringing in guys that are going to be like passing game coordinator type shit. Now Mike Sullivan's a senior offensive advisor. They're doing things in the coaching department that they normally haven't done, creating new positions, adding more minds into the building, bringing Arthur Smith in, going to run the play action more. There's going to be a lot of things that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to try to do a little bit different this year, and I'm really pleased about it. All right. George Teston Mason improved his mechanics. I felt like he improved all the way around, George, and he wasn't even bad when he was first in there. Mark Malone, yeah, we got way better there for sure. Oh, you said for sure. I said for sure too. Oh, my Lord. I got to quit saying for sure. All right, D. I think the Kenny love is just a tactic to keep Rudolph's price down. That could be too, man. That could definitely be true because you see all these rumors, guys, that get leaked about these players across the entire NFL. Let's just face the facts. A lot of these things and a lot of these rumors get started by who? Teams and agents. Why? Because if they're trying to trade somebody, they want to increase that value. They want to bring their name to attention. If you're an agent, you want your player to make the most money possible. Why? Because you pad your pockets. So you're going to boost them up. You're going to put stories out. You're going to leak information, so-called leak information. But we'll see. Steve Kosick, like them both. Just give Kenny a chance with a real, like a real OC. That might be it too, guys. And I'm not killing Kenny Pickett. I just can't see where I think he can improve. I could be dead wrong, flat out, absolutely wrong with that. And I really hope if he does get the chance to start that I am. I just hope that the Pittsburgh Steelers have a contingency plan in place and a quality quarterback sitting behind Kenny if that's their decision. And Mason Rudolph appears to be that choice for me. But here, guys, I'm going to move the chat. I'm going to try to answer, guys. If I forget to answer or I don't see your comment, please go ahead and put it back in. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button here on Steel City Live with your host, Jason, here on Mike Drop Sports. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not already. We're growing every day, so join us every day for this kind of stuff. But I want to bring up one thing, what bringing Mason Rudolph is going to do. And we all have to realize this, and we all have to recognize this, and we all can't ignore it and just sweep it under the rug. And that is the fact that when you bring Mason Rudolph into this building, if you do not make him the number one with the way the players are supporting him, Kenny Pickett is not getting a fair shake because people are going to be calling for Mason instantly. The first time Kenny makes any type of slight, small mistake, you will hear the Mason Rudolph chants. You will hear the players voice their opinion, and it isn't going to be in favor of Kenny Pickett the first time they don't get the ball as much as they want. And that might be something that the Pittsburgh Steelers weigh into this decision. And if you're really looking to give Kenny Pickett a chance, bringing Mason Rudolph into the building and making him the number two isn't probably the right way to go about it. And we all have to look at that variable because that is a very real variable, guys. RJ Rochi, Bears should have traded the first pick for Justin Herbert, then trade Fields. They should have got Justin Herbert is nice. I like him. Same guy. Hold on, guys. Same guy that just made that comment. RJ, is Claypool Hall of Fame captain? Hell no. Weston LaPlante. What is your thoughts on our expectation this season? How far do I think they should go? What's the expectation for a winner? Every year, Super Bowl, man. You want to be a winner. That should be your expectation. For sure, I'm sure you said for sure. All right, D. Don't bust my nuts, man. RJ, Kenny, Small Hands, Pickett. Yeah, where's Abe tonight? Jenny's girlfriend. Abe, are you out there, man? Make sure your presence is known. Abe is our resident girlfriend of Kenny Pickett. He loves him. I just want to make sure he was safe tonight. Jacob, 2395. Do you think we are getting Justin Fields? No, he's going to the Atlanta Falcons 1,000%. You can stamp it. It's already a done deal. Yeah, RJ for sure. Oh, I said it again. God damn. Bears expectations are always 8-8, not Super Bowl. Yeah, and I feel bad for some of the Bears players, but what I feel bad for the most is the Bears fan base. A loyal fan base, one of the oldest franchises in the entire NFL, one of the most storied franchises in the NFL. Just not being guided correctly right now. Always going through changes in the coaching department. Always having something going on in player like personnel type shit. Making dumb trades. Guys, let's face it, trading for Claypool and giving us the number 2 overall, or the pick that we got, the second round pick that we ended up getting for him, That ended up being Joey Porter Jr. That was a very lopsided trade. And they've made several bad moves. And I feel bad for the Bears fan base because this is one of the best loyal, most loyal fan bases around, man. Rooting for a storied franchise like that. That's who I feel bad for when these teams act stupid and do stupid shit. Yeah. Jets fan base. Yeah, Jets fan base are in trouble too, man. They got I think they're getting better. You have Aaron Rodgers. He gives you a chance to win instantly. Yeah, he could be the Jets. Yeah. Jake up 23-95. Russ is our last hope, I guess. Nah, bro. Russ would be a mistake too, man. In my eyes, he'd be the only logical answer if you're looking at economical choices. If certain things happen, where you wouldn't have any responsibility for any type of any parts of his contract other than what the Denver Broncos are paying him, and you paying him the vet minimum, that would be the only thing that would be appealing about that. But you really got to be out on Kenny Pickett. You get a guy like Russell Wilson, you're really saying to Kenny Pickett, we don't believe in you, dude. We're done. So that experiment would be over. So that's that case. And I still believe if you bring Mason in, there is going to be issues. It's not going to be all roses, man. It's not going to just be fun times. You're going to have a quarterback controversy if Mason Rudolph is not named the starter when he is brought in there. I'm just saying that. Dak needs to learn not to choke. Dak chokes big time, bro. D. Russell is almost as old as Biden. Man, I just watched a Joe Biden short when I was using the restroom, hanging loose, just chilling, watching my phone, and there's Joe Biden. That dude can't even walk in there. He's old as shit. And Russ is getting old. He's about to need a cane. He's getting old as hell. And would his wife, Sierra, really want to move to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? What in the world would Sierra, a pop star, do in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? Come on now. I love Pittsburgh. It just ain't her kind of town, I'm sure. Stephen Carpenter. Hopefully Mason is coming back. That's our last hope. There you go, Jacob. 23.95. That's your real last hope in my eyes. And then bring somebody else in maybe. I don't want to see them go, though, for this third string guy and make it like a Tannehill or somebody. If you're going to do a third quarterback, I want to see a younger guy that has some potential to do good things. I think that's what the third quarterback position should be reserved for. That's where I think you should really make sure you're putting a young guy in place that could possibly grow into something. I think that should be your like developmental type guy. That's just the way I would set it up. Claudia Bishop, everyone cares about Pickett's feelings except me. I could care less about his feelings. I'm just saying what will happen. I could care less about his feelings. I just don't think he's the answer. I don't know if he's a bad guy or not, but he seems to whine. He seemed not to want to be the second string quarterback to Mason in Seattle, which he tried to cover up and get shitty with the media about, but it seemed to be very true. But that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. AJ Lindsay. So are we saying Mason and Kenny are better than Russ? Russ when? Russ now? Or I don't think Russ or Kenny is better than Russ. But I think as a long-term answer, a long-term choice for the Pittsburgh Steelers in terms of stability, in terms of economical reasons, I think, yeah, Mason would be the better choice over Russell Wilson. I'm not saying Mason is a better quarterback than Russ, but maybe right now he is. Maybe young Russ was better. I don't know. I haven't really got the chance to really break down Russell Wilson's tape. I just don't think that it would be the right answer if that's what you're trying to do. Think long term. And I think that that's how the Steelers think. Look at the Steelers' history, guys. They don't go out and do those types of things. Getting Russell Wilson would be very out of their character. We'll just say that. T-Rella, D. Hopkins to the Browns. Oh, man. Maybe. Browns are about to be in trouble, man. They gave up too much shit for Deshaun Watson, and you got to be really creative in free agency and the back part of the draft, and I'm not sure if the Browns are that kind of a franchise. We'll see. We'll see. But I think the Browns will be in trouble before long. I think they'll be back to being the Browns. Bird 91, did you hear about the Diggs brothers on the Cowboys? No, I didn't, Bird. I did hear something about Stephon possibly getting out of Buffalo, but then I thought that rumor had died off. D, Mason is better than Russ. Kenny may be in the future. I don't know about Kenny. I could say Mason might be, though. I could agree. I don't know about Kenny one, though. But I could agree with the Mason one for sure. I said it again. It's from you, D. D, see, you got me saying it. You got me saying it, D. All right, guys, we're here having some fun, talking Steelers, talking NFL, Combine, anything you guys want to talk about, put that in the chat. Make sure you're hitting that like button for me, and I'd appreciate it. Also, subscribe if you're not subscribed. We hit our goal last night, 2,000. We're way over that now. We're like almost 225, something like that. We might even be more than that. But again, guys, we're headed toward 5,000. So like, share, all that fun stuff. And I'm Jason. This is Steel City Live. So make sure you're coming back every weekday, 6:30 or 6:45 on Wednesday. We'll be 6:45 on Wednesday so we can make sure our boy Sean's in here. All right. Yeah, the other part was him going to the Cowboys. Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't follow that one enough. But the Cowboys definitely could have used a guy like him. But Dak Prescott don't seem to be a quarterback that wins in the playoffs. He don't seem to be that dude. Claudia Bishop. Wilson had 26 TDs versus 8 picks, and he was benched for the last 3 games. Hey, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't think bringing in an old man is what you need to be doing. I think you need to plan for the future, and I think that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers try to do, and I think that that's what Omar Khan is going to try to do. You don't go out and get older. Yeah, the Tom Brady thing worked, but he's the GOAT. Aaron Rodgers, what happened to him the first play? He's old. What happened to him? Tore his Achilles. It can happen to anybody young. I get that too. But man, you're taking a greater risk with older guys. Definitely. JD, anything happening in the combine today? No, other than the Omar Khan talk, which we are going to speak of, JD, and I definitely do want to talk about that. What Omar was saying, and he was saying exactly what I was saying a little bit of it yesterday. Not exactly, but he was kind of alluding to what the Steelers do. And they want to take the best guy available. They really do. And that has like been their mantra over the years. And he reiterated that a little bit today. They want the best football player on the board at the time when they pick. And that is what he keeps saying. He said it a couple times today during his media availability. I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to watch it, but you can find it on YouTube. If you just put Omar Khan 2024 Combine, it'll pop up. Omar had a death in the family, so he hasn't been totally involved with everything that's been going on there, but I'm sure he got up to speed real quick. He was there for the media session, and you got to applaud a guy like Omar Khan coming out, being poised, being very intelligent when he speaks, just showing true leadership, especially dealing with a heavy burden on his heart, dealing with the death in his family. And you got to really applaud a guy like Omar Khan with how he's showing true leadership as the Pittsburgh Steelers general manager in year 2. We got to give him that. Black Panther, go Steelers. Luca Pro plays. Yo, what's up, man? Yo, who you got for the next Super Bowl? I got my boys, the Steelers, going for the stairway to 7, getting that 7th. Joshua Fields, will you have a live tomorrow? Absolutely. It'll be our Friday show, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Mike Drop Sports, Steel City Live Talk. Well, I just like Steel City Live. We won't throw the talk part in. I don't have no kids bugging me tonight. I fed them. They were full. They got their showers. They're ready to go. They're hanging out, and nobody bugging me. My wife's at work. It's kind of eerie. Do I have my dog? Oh, I have my dog, though, guys. I didn't smell her yet, though. D, if you bring in an old guy, even if he does good for a year, you're going to be stuck for a couple of bad seasons trying to determine if he's over the hill. Yeah, I just think you're asking for trouble, man. I really do. I can't see bringing in an old guy. I think you're opening yourself up to just so many different things. I think that's what happened when Ben was going downhill, getting a little bit older, but you had that defensive side of the football. When Ben was really in his best part of his later years with the Killer Bees, he had Brown, had Bell, had a good offensive line, one of the better offensive lines in the league, had good tight end play at the time. He got a defense that aged out. So it's kind of the same theory. You don't want to get older at any of these positions, at any of these, or either side of the football in the NFL. The only position you could probably really be old at and be good is like a kicker, or, yeah, that's about it. Or Tom Brady, and how many of those come around, you know? I'm just saying, you don't want to get older, you know? Hold on, guys. I got a malfunction here. Stand by. I had a wire get caught. We don't want that to cave down everything. I had a wire from my mic cord down here. I have cords for mics, lights, all types of stuff. Can't wait to upgrade this stuff as we move forward, because definitely we'll get some more wireless shit. I think that'll be better. How about Clemson linebacker Jeremiah Trotter, Texas A&M edge rusher Edgerrin Cooper, and Michigan linebacker Junior Colson have all confirmed that they had formal meetings with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they talked to Coach Tomlin at the Combine. So the Steelers are definitely, guys, looking at some they're looking at some guys to take up that linebacker spot. So that could be a definite possibility. Who's your next QB? I hope it's Mason Rudolph for next year, but I believe it's going to be Kenny Pickett. Sebastian Omrez, do you think the Steelers already decides to go for a new quarterback in the draft? No, I don't think the Steelers will draft a quarterback unless it's a late round guy like they did last year. Which was kind of a wasted pick because I just didn't see that panning out, especially they already had 3 guys on the roster: Mason Rudolph, Mitchell Trubisky, Kenny Pickett. I'm not sure why they even drafted that guy. They kind of wasted that pick in my eyes, which I usually don't say any pick's a waste, but I thought that one was a waste. But hey, it is what it is. That guy got a Super Bowl ring. He went to the Chiefs. Like Ben when he needed to retire. Yeah, he stayed just too long, man. Matt Raynard, Steelers are in trouble until they get a QB. Everybody's in trouble until you have that quality quarterback play. And that's why I think Mason Rudolph is the answer there, because he can be a steady force at that quarterback position. You get a good center. You get another good tackle in there, whether it's through free agency, through the draft. You maybe pick up a good slot receiver, and you put all those weapons in front of Mason Rudolph with a decent offensive line, with a couple studs like Broderick Jones, Isaac Seumalo, maybe one of these big name young centers. Get yourself a hefty right tackle to protect that side. Mason Rudolph will stand up in that damn pocket, and I think you could have something cooking there, guys. Imagine giving Mason Rudolph a hell of a lot of time. He'll dissect your ass. He's not that bad. JD, I don't know anything about AS. I just know he likes to run. His offense complicated. I don't know if it's complicated. It's more winning in the trenches is the biggest thing, which should be the biggest thing on all offenses. But winning in the trenches is important for Arthur Smith's offense because he is a heavy play action guy. And I've been screaming for years, where's the play action? I heard Ben didn't really like to run the play action toward the latter part of his career because he didn't like turning his back to the defense. He was getting older, and you got to have some balls to do that. I've said that before here on the channel. Every quarterback isn't a good play action quarterback because you are turning your back to guys that will rip your damn head off, man. And I think that that's really what they're going to be emphasizing. Heavier packages this year. You're going to see more tight ends in there. You're going to see heavier sets. You're going to see more play action. You're going to see more passing out of running formations and running sets. And what my hopes are is you're not going to be very predictable, or like you were predictable last year on offense if you were the Steelers. The Steelers, guys, we all know this. You all know this. You all watch the games. We could all sit there as common fans that aren't offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, and we could all sit there and we could almost dictate or tell you what the Steelers were going to do on offense per play. I mean, really. Are you? Come on, dude. Some people just do dumb stuff. Don't make dumb comments. Have fun, but don't be dumb. All right, Claudia Bishop, I agree. Yeah, thank you. Zach, when are you going back? Come on, man. Why do stupid shit? That's so dumb. Beer Malls, nothing like Big Ben in the shotgun. Yeah, it wasn't very, I don't know. Big Ben just once he got older, man, it was tough. Very tough, for sure. Oh, I said it again. With Mason, Warren, Najee, and a good O-line and a healthy defense, this team is ready for a deep playoff run. Could be, man. Potential's there, D. I'll agree with you there. Stephen Carpenter, do you take Bowers if he falls to 20? I'd have to brush up on that one, buddy. I don't know for sure. I'd have to brush up on that. Let me see. Let me remind myself who that is. NFL Draft 2024. Boom. Let me just make sure I'm thinking of the right guy. Brock Bowers. Okay, the tight end from Georgia. All right. Yeah. Man, that'd be, I don't know, man. It would depend on who else is on that board. It would depend on who else is on that board. Would he be a bad pick? No. But they're picking him to go in the top 5. So they're picking him to go to the Cardinals, I believe. So, yeah. I would probably take him. He seems to be an elite talent. I mean, how do you pass on him? He'd probably be the best player on the board at 20. So, yeah. I mean, God. He wouldn't be bad, man. Knew Big B was about to move the sticks. How do you feel about Jason Kelce retiring? He's coming back. Bird. 91, he's not retiring. Brandon Workman, Najee or Warren? I like Najee and I like Warren, but I would have to say Warren because I like his versatility. Jacob 2395, do you know the best player for the Steelers they need to pick up? I think my biggest thing is there's a couple glaring needs. Center, absolutely. They do need to figure the quarterback situation out. It's not in dire straits. I think they have some options. I think they need another cornerback opposite Joey Porter Jr. But something I feel they need inside of this offense for Arthur Smith is quality slot receiver play. I've been preaching it all off season. And then you heard Omar Khan today, guys. What did he say about Allen Robinson in his interview or his media availability session? He said, we have had a good, a good relationship, and we've had a good run so far with Allen at the slot receiver position. And all he said that he did well was he really blocked well in the run game. I will give him that. He was average to okay blocking in the run game, but he was non-existent in the pass game. Yes, some of that was scheme. Yes, some of that was the play calling. I'll give you that, but you got to get open a little bit. I felt like Mason Rudolph started going to him here and there, which may be a good sign, but I still think if Allen Robinson, if you have any doubt in your head he's not going to be able to produce, you got to figure that out and bring in somebody else. No, Bird, he's coming back. He thought about it. I thought he was too, but I watched his podcast. He's not retiring. Just need to work on the receiver's weird fumble after the catch issue. Yeah, I think too, D, what is going to happen for the Steelers this year, you're going to see more fundamental play from your wide receiver spot because Frisbin Jackson not being in that room, I think they're going to be able to get a handle on some of them guys a little bit. And I'm not saying you treat them like kids or anything, but I think they're going to be a little bit more disciplined inside of that room. I think they're going to focus more on fundamental football, and it's not going to be as big of a free-for-all as Frisbin Jackson had that room. That room was a mess last year, believe it or not. Beer Mall's definitely a playoff caliber team next season. The AFC North division record we had will be hard to repeat. What, 6-2 or so? Oh no, they were 5-1 within the division, only losing to the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland by a very slim margin in that game where Kenny Pickett threw it up in the air when Deontay ran the wrong route. I know people want to blame Pickett for that one, but that was a complete failure on Deontay's spot. Or one of the two, whichever receiver was out there. I think it was Deontay. He ran the wrong route, which he did a lot of times last year. I know some of that got pinned on Kenny, but that one wasn't Kenny's fault. That play, that game could have been a lot better though. But Cleveland had a good defense last year, and so it wasn't as horrible as we all think. Adam Sudoku. Who's got a better future, the Lions or the Steelers? I think they're pretty similar paths right now in my eyes. I think the Lions for sure or are a little closer to getting to the Super Bowl than the Steelers just because of how far they made it in the playoffs last year. I really like the Lions story, and I think the Lions are really poised to do a lot of damage inside of the NFC for several years to come, especially under Dan Campbell. What I hope the franchise doesn't do in Detroit is get impatient if there is any bump in the road. You can't fire Dan Campbell. You got to become loyal to your coach and allow him to be there for a little bit. I'm not saying he has to be there for 2-3 decades, but I'm saying, give him some time. Don't fire everybody at the first bump in the road. I think they need to remember that. That's what I think the key to success for the Lions is moving forward. And I hope we get the Lions safety. I hope he comes over in free agency to the Pittsburgh Steelers because Minka and that guy would be dangerous. Tails Eating Nails. That's a cool name, Tails Eating Nails. You should watch, I don't know what that is. Sebastian, Mason Rudolph never got the chance to show his potential. He is the only quarterback who worked together with Roethlisberger. I really feel that he is the most similar to Ben's style play, and I like it. Well, they didn't have a good relationship, though. I don't think it was the best. I don't think they hated each other. I don't think that, but Ben wasn't in to teach him. Ben wasn't that guy, but he got to watch Ben, and you're right. He got to see how he operated, and I think maybe that did help Mason in the long run here. And I think Mason being a guy that's got to sit back, not have that pressure on him, I think that did improve his game over the years because he's got to become very knowledgeable. And that's what scares me slightly with Mason. Yeah, 5-1, Beer Mall. No problem. Adrian, Mason is not the answer, dude. Well, maybe not. You never know, dude. Never know. But this is what scares me with Mason, and I don't know if it scares you guys. Mason was in that system for, 3 straight years with Matt Canada. Does Mason's success at the end of the season, because they were still running Matt Canada's offense, they were just play calling a little bit different. Does that success scare you? Does it give you a little bit of a smoke screen, I wonder? And I'm not saying this is the truth. I'm just posing a question to you guys. With Mason being that familiar with that system and being a veteran, did that give him the ability to go in there and be able to just execute at a higher level just because he knew that system inside and out? Now that they're changing systems to Arthur Smith's system, will that set Mason back now? Just a question. Reginald Rivers, Landry Jones didn't get a chance as well, but he sucked. I mean, that was obvious. Landry Jones couldn't throw the football very far, man. He wasn't an NFL arm, Reginald. He definitely wasn't. I agree he didn't get no chance. But, man, when he was in there, you could just definitely tell his arm talent wasn't NFL caliber. RFC Envy, hi again. What's up? What's up, RFC? How are you? Glad to see you guys. All right, guys, hit that like button for your boy here, please. And make sure you subscribe to us here on Mic Drop Sports. Join us every day here, Monday through Friday, for our live show, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for Wednesday, 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here for Still City Live. And we will talk football, talk NFL as the season goes on, and talk anything you really want to. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Keep growing us here as we march toward 5,000 subscribers. So I appreciate it. And I'm Jason, in case you're new. So hello. I'm good, man. Thank you, RFC. Anything else you guys want to talk about? What I just said about Mason, does that scare any of you guys? Do you think any of that has to play? I mean, should that be a worry? Or should that be something we just don't care about or not worry about? JD says, well, if that was so with Mason and Canada's offense, then Kenny was a problem because Mason had success. Kenny was definitely a problem because he couldn't learn it maybe. But, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know, JD. I don't know if that's a thing or something we should be worrying about. I didn't think Landry was very good either, D. But I'm just puzzled by that, JD. I don't know if that's something we should put a lot of stock into or not. Justin Fields is going to Atlanta 1,000%, man. Las Vegas already gave it away. They changed the odds so far down you couldn't make a plum nickel off of it if you bet. So you know where he's going. And there's been a lot of leaked rumors. Yeah. I didn't know if you heard me. They F Wallachs. All right. Keep the comments coming. Let me know, guys, what you think about that Mason situation. Also, let me know about anything else that concerns you with the Pittsburgh Steelers as we march through our Wednesday or our Thursday show, right? Is this Thursday? Is this Thursday or Wednesday, guys? Is it? No, this is Thursday. Yeah, because we had Sean on last night. Okay. This is Thursday. Okay. All right. Hey, another great story here. Another fine, outstanding citizen. Tyreek Hill sued again. Accused of breaking some lady's leg. That dude got to be a real jackass, dude. Off the field. Come on, man. Get some bucks and you act like a retard. George, any thoughts on Xavier Leggett, Rattlers wide receiver at South Carolina, maybe in the fourth? I wouldn't hate it. Wouldn't hate it. I thought he played really well. I thought Spencer played really well there at South Carolina. I thought that was a good tandem. Yeah, I wouldn't hate it, man. Wouldn't hate it. JD, Mike Tomlin's bias towards Kenny. Mason might be in trouble. I think they do have a real love for Kenny Pickett, guys, and there's nothing nobody can do about that. And that does hurt does hurt Mason Rudolph if he is able to be re-signed. But the rumors are out there, guys, that he is definitely really possibly coming back to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I just don't think it'll be at the hefty price tag some think. I think it'll be a more reasonable rate. And I'm hoping that it doesn't cause a big rift inside of that locker room. That's why Tyreek was kicked out of Oklahoma State, even though he was a stud on the field. Yeah, you don't beat up chicks, man. I just don't understand this. You're making millions of dollars a year, and you go out and beat up women to jeopardize that kind of cash? To prove what? That you're so tough or something? Come on, man. You got to beat up a chick. You evidently ain't that big of a badass. Honestly, come on. 24K, what's up? Better late than never, brother. Glad to have you, 24K. RFC, the Steelers pick at number 20 in the first round. I believe 51 in the second. The third round is like 80-something, maybe. Yeah, something like that. Maybe 90-something. I don't know. In the fourth round, they pick 119 and 120. Somebody had told me the other night where they pick in the third, and I can't remember. Ireland, what's up? Big Steelers fan here. Shout out my channel, Ireland Stevens. There you go. Shout you out, brother. Guys, check him out. I don't know what you do, buddy, but good luck, and I hope you succeed. Gutch71, Steelers shouldn't draft a QB. Just got with Pickett one more year. So many other positions needed. Gutch71, they have him for this year. In 2024, and they have him for 2025 and a 5th-year option for 2026 if they choose to pick that up due to him being a first-round pick. So they could possibly have control of him for 3 more seasons, and that's probably what the most appealing thing is for them. Cheap, under control, can't ask for no more money, it ain't going to happen. It is what it is with him. So maybe that's their appeal. I'm not sure. And they picked him in the first round, and they don't want to admit that they're wrong, maybe. I don't know. Claudia says they lied to Mason before about having a fair competition. They absolutely did. I don't know how much of a lie it was. We don't know what happens behind closed doors, but they definitely didn't act on that. When you went up to Latrobe, you saw who the best quarterback in drill-wise, where they were putting the football, the pocket presence, the whole 9 yards. Was not Kenny, was not Mitch. It was definitely Mason Rudolph. And I can tell you, I go to training camp and I watch practice pretty intently. And from what I saw, it wasn't either of them. Just saying. And other media people in the media have said that. Yeah, I don't know who we should get. It's going to be a center, cornerback, or tackle, in my opinion. That's going to be the 3 that it's going to be definitely. 24K Lightning. Joseph Randle was going to be a beast of a running back for the Dallas Cowboys out of Oklahoma State, but he couldn't keep from beating up his women. It's a shame. Yeah. I just don't know what you jeopardize your career when you're going to be able to create generational wealth for your family, for your children, and yourself, and not have to really truly go out and worry about money when you're done. Like, come on, why? Why do stupid things? If you're not allowed to do something, don't do it. Don't be a stupid ass sissy and go beat up some chick. Don't be like that. Get some damn sense, man. These guys, man, sometimes, it's not everybody. It's just a few bad apples, man. Mason knows that Kenny will probably get injured, and now he's going to be the number 2, and he will seal the deal. If Kenny starts playing bad, there will be a chance for Mason. It's actually a good situation. It's a good situation for Mason, but if you're the Steelers and you're looking at promotion of Kenny Pickett to try to build his confidence, trying to build his game, bringing Mason Rudolph in isn't the best answer for them, in my eyes anyway. I don't think that it could possibly have a good outcome, because I think exactly what you say, Beer Malls. There's going to be chance for Mason. The first time there's a mistake, there's going to be receivers saying they want to play with Mason. The first time they don't get the football as much as they want. It's going to be an issue. I can guarantee that. The same year Tyreek beat up his girlfriend, Joe Mixon punched a chick so hard he broke her collarbone on camera and barely got punished. Yeah. I don't care what a woman does to you. You don't beat the shit out of her that bad. Maybe you could push her or give her a little bop to get her off you or something if she's going to hurt you or something. Restrain her if she's going to hurt you physically or something like that. But dude, you're not proving anything to me if you just go blast some chick in the face or something, or break her leg. You ain't proving nothing to me other than you're a big ass sissy. A big ass bitch is all you are if that's what you do. I ain't on board for that, man. That's one thing that I truly am not about. I ain't about people that do that, men that do that, and I ain't about anybody that does anything to harm a child. You are a complete jackass and should be drugged behind a car all over town, man, and beat on if you do something to a kid. You can't do that kind of shit. Those are 2 fouls for me that are unforgivable in my world. Oh, thank you. Beer Mall's bad for his confidence. I think so, man. I think it would be, Claudia. If he can't handle the competition, then he's probably not the guy. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Breaking news. Pittsburgh got Russell Wilson. Doubtful, bro. I can almost say that with certainty. I'm going to look it up now that you said it. I know it's fake, but I gotta act on all of them now. I owe it to you. But anyway, I know it's fake. But you're right. If Kenny can't handle that, he should not be your guy. You know? Let's see. Yep. Steelers get huge Wilson news. That's 2 days ago. No, thank you. Won't happen, bro. Just saying, it won't happen, man. All right, guys, anything else you want to talk about? We've been going for about an hour here on Steel City Live here on Mic Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason. Hit that like button for us. Hit the subscribe button. Come back every day for our daily uploads. You'll find them before about 10 o'clock in the morning every day. I usually film them in the morning, edit, and get them out whenever I do that, or I film them the night before, depending on work, things like that. So it just all depends. But I definitely try to, get them out early before 10 o'clock. Sometimes I fail at that, but usually I do. Jack Stevens Fields is move. He's gone to Atlanta, bro, Jack Stevenson. He's already gone, bro, for sure, 1,000%. Would you take Russell or Fields? Thank you, Claudia. I appreciate that. New subscriber and great show. Thank you, Claudia. We appreciate your support, and we thank you for coming. Thank you. Super chat from Claudia, guys. Delbert Leonard, would you take Russell or Fields? Neither. Fields is going to Atlanta. Russell Wilson is just old. In my eyes, I don't think you go older. I never have liked that, getting older. I have always liked getting younger. That's just my philosophy. And that could be wrong. Yeah, definitely welcome, Claudia. Xavier Reyes. Who do you think we will draft round 1? It's going to be a center. cornerback, or tackle. Stamp it. Round one, those are the only three options in my eyes. But that's just me. But we'll see. When we do our live show here, guys, I want to remind everybody, Sean and I will be live on draft night, and we will be breaking this shit down so you don't have to hear the stupid-ass NFL Network guys or the ESPN dudes feeding you a line of bullshit. You're not going to have to hear Mel Kiper act like he knows where these guys are going and be completely wrong every time. But, you know, we're going to pan the camera to him 75 times with a stupid-ass haircut, talking dumb, saying dumb shit, you know. But, hey, come to mic drop. We'll talk normal with you, and you don't have to hear those idiots. Sorry, guys. I normally don't call anybody in the media idiot, but Mel Kiper is a complete and absolute dumbass that does not know any damn thing about NFL football whatsoever. I'm not sure how he ever got employed. He sounds dumb. His takes are dumb. He makes no sense, and he's wrong all the time. The only things he's right about are the complete obvious things that everybody in the world already knows. If somebody's going to get up there and say there's some great insider, I want somebody that got some damn information, not this dumbass. Bo Nix. Maybe. Jack, not just a rumor. Fields put out a video saying we're going up. Dude, Vegas already told you where he's going. When they lower the odds like that, they know more than we do, man, for sure. Vegas knows what's going to happen, man. Trust me. That's where he's going. I can guarantee you. Plus, I watched another show that I absolutely trust. And it's maybe not the most popular shows, one of those types, but it's guys that have their ear on the ground that are connected to teams and they know what's going on. And they said that the deal's done. The only thing they don't know is the compensation. So that's definitely it. Yeah. Who's your old friend? George. Who's your old friend, George? George Teston. Hello, Claudia. Oh, okay, cool. You all know each other. That's cool. That's neat. See, we're bringing people back together here on Mic Drop Sports. It's just not a Steelers show. We're national. We're going national. We're making this shit nice. We're bringing everybody back together. Joseph Test. Go Birds. Go Birds. Which birds? Rat birds or the Eagles? Or the Cards, or who else? Falcons. There's lots of birds. Lots of birds. George Tess and Claudia. I'm in. Hey, bro. What's up, man? I'm in. What's up, man? How are you? Oh, Delbert Leonard. Thank you for the super chat, Delbert. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Shout out to Delbert Leonard, man. Thank you, Delbert. Beer malls. Yeah, any of those QBs like Fields and Wilson would be fine. They just gonna be too much cash, and the Steelers all about Kenny. Our hands are tied. Yeah, I just don't think it's a situation that works out for the Pittsburgh Steelers if they go that way. Eagles, there's only one true bird. Okay, well, you're welcome here, Joe. Eagles fans, anybody's welcome here. We're talking football. It's a safe environment for you to come and speak the truth, whatever your truth may be. Speak your mind. So you can definitely do that. 8 is a bum. Everett Kirkland. Tell us how you really feel about the grade 8, Kenny Pickett, KP8. The Steelers need to draft Joe Milton. There you go. Delbert with the Lincoln. Nice, brother. How are you doing? I'm doing very well, thank you. I think I'm saying it, Imani. I think I'm saying it right, Imani. How are you doing? I'm doing well, thank you. D, I don't think they are all about Kenny. They have to say that they have confidence in Kenny in case Mason doesn't come back. You're right about that, for sure, guys. They have to be behind the guy they picked number 20 overall in the 2022 draft. Needless to say that he's not been performing at a first-round pick level, but hey, they got to support the guy that's in the building, the only guy that's in the building. Oh, cool, Amani. Thank you. I was making sure I wasn't butchering your name. I didn't want to say it too bad. I'm from Philly. I also like Pittsburgh. Oh, that's cool. You know, guys, that's my dream. I'm going to tell you my dream, and I've always had it since I've been a little kid. Once I stopped rooting for the Green Bay Packers, once I was like 8 or 9, I stopped doing that. And I had a Green Bay Packers starter jacket. It was sick as shit, though, until some freaking retarded bitch stole it and got it all dirty. And I didn't even want to take it back because it was so dirty. I don't even know what she was doing. Maybe working on a car or something in it. But man, she pissed me off. But anyway, once I started really rooting for the Steelers, getting behind it, really watching football, I have always wanted, without a doubt, a Pittsburgh Steelers, Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl. Tell me that wouldn't be the absolute ultimate Super Bowl, man. That would be ultimate, man. God, I would love it. Love it. I think Kenny needs time to develop. He might. He might. Everett, I hope it's Mason Rudolph, but I'm going to go with Kenny Pickett probably. Joseph, some QB just need more time to develop. Yeah, but man, is it hard to wait 5 years for him to develop. Kenny's going into year 3, 25 games in the books. When you see Mason Rudolph already with, 13, 14 games, put up the numbers that he did in the latter part of 2023 season, it's hard to dispute not bringing him back. It's hard to pick a guy like Kenny Pickett with such pedestrian numbers and put him in place of a guy that you know is proven himself and deserves that shot. That's where I think the problem lies, you know? Imagine if they said Mason's our guy, then Kenny ends up having to play because Mason goes somewhere else. Yeah, that'd be crazy, D. But you're right, and that's where it boils down to. They have to say Kenny's the guy until they figure out another option. Jack Stevenson, Pickett can't make quick enough reads. I'm not sure he ever will be able to overcome this issue. It is a tough issue to overcome, and it plagues a lot of quarterbacks coming into the league. Being able to identify NFL open as opposed to college open is not the easiest of tasks, and you either have it or you don't. And figuring out how to not be a happy-footed guy inside of the pocket, figuring out how to read these defenses, it takes a bit. I get that. But there are guys that come in and are able to do it quickly, but there are other guys that takes 3 or 4 years. They say 3 to 5 years is the typical development period for quarterbacks to start to hit their real stride in the NFL. That's what I've read anyway. Starter jackets were sweet. Hell yes, dude. This is what happened to me first, man. We didn't have a shit ton of money when I was a kid, so when starter jackets really were starting to get cranking along, I liked Michael Jordan. I liked the Bulls. You know, that was one of my favorite teams to watch. So my mother went out and bought me one of those, and I can't remember what the name of it was, but it wasn't a starter jacket, but it looked like a starter jacket. And it was like the off-brand one. And I can't remember what the name of it was, but I got a Chicago Bulls one. And I remember always being so embarrassed by that thing because it wasn't starter, but then for Christmas, like a couple months later, I got the Green Bay one, and I actually picked it out. I'd showed her in the store, my mother, and she got it for me for Christmas, and it was sick, dude. Sick. But I can't remember what it was, man. But they did get me. I can't say anything. We weren't the richest people in the world, but I always had everything that I always wanted when I was a kid, so I can't complain about that. I had all the video games and stuff. I just had that one jacket. I was like, shit, man, it's not a starter. It's not a starter jacket. But then it got stolen out of my locker by a girl named Ryan Wyatt. Yeah, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. I don't care if you ever see it or not. I hope you do. Shouldn't have stole my damn Green Bay starter jacket. You're raunchy. You're rank for doing that. You don't steal. And especially a starter jacket, guys. All right, let's get back to some of the comments. But first, I want to remind you to hit that like button. There's ways to support our channel through Super Chats, through links in our bio for other ways. And I appreciate it. Everybody that's done your Super Chats tonight, thank you so much again. I appreciate all that. And you guys have just been super awesome. Sorry if I missed your comments here. I'm trying to just get back on track. I start bullshitting and then I lose my place. JP, nobody got years to wait on Kenny Pickett to get better. I don't think so either, man. That's the problem you're at. You got an aging superstar in TJ Watt. You got Cam Hayward's old as shit. Alex Highsmith ain't gonna get no younger. Minka ain't getting no younger. You got a defensive side of the football that's ready to win now. And they're going to have to win soon or they're going to age out just like the defense did behind Ben Roethlisberger and the Killer Bees. What's up, Ryder? Delbert Leonard, who do you think of this upcoming season? What do you do you think of this upcoming season? I think they could be successful, Delbert. I think they could definitely do some damage if they make a couple right moves here in the offseason. Why Green Bay? Why not Steelers? Because when I was a little kid, man, I was just, I liked Green Bay for some reason. And it wasn't that I liked their football team. This was before I really got into football, like rooting for football. I played football, like booster football and shit. I just really liked the way that the jacket was. And it wasn't the full zip up one, it was a pullover one. And it was a half zip, a 3/4 zip. And it had that big starter tag, like zipper like the little pull thing on the zipper. It had that big starter logo on there, and I just really liked the colors. It wasn't like I liked the team, immensely. You have a defender with a gray beard, damn near. Are you saying my beard's gray? Yeah, it's getting pretty gray, D. Definitely is, man. Maybe I'll be ready for Just for Men. I don't know. I kind of like the salt and pepper look. I know I look pretty damn good, though. I like that salt and pepper look. Yeah, people would rob your ass for the starter jacket beer malls. Thank you, Claudia. Appreciate that. Ryder Wagner, do you think the Steelers will try for Justin Fields? He's going to Atlanta, Ryder. Already a done deal. You can stamp that. I'll say it with confidence now. D, no Cam Hayward. He's getting old. That's okay. In the 70s, I somehow had a Redskins jacket, but I like the Steelers. You got to wear what you got to wear when you don't got a bunch of money too, JD. We didn't have a ton of coins to throw around, so whatever team I got, I was kind of rolling with it. Thank you, Joseph Tess. I appreciate that. Great show, Joseph Tess says, with another super chat. Thank you so much, Joseph. I appreciate that. JP says, I think Arthur Smith is going to hold the offense back like he did in Atlanta. I wouldn't say that. I don't think he was holding the offense back in Atlanta. He didn't have a quarterback. Desmond Ridder was a turd. And that might be your problem here in Pittsburgh whenever Kenny Pickett proves to be a turd. Maybe that is the case, but I think Arthur Smith being able to singularly focus on offense will do really, really well. I think he has a lot more to work with here in Pittsburgh this season coming up, and I'm hoping Mason Rudolph gets in there with him or a nice quarterback other than Kenny Pickett. We'll see. But Desmond Ridder definitely wasn't the answer, dude. He had guys like Marcus Mariota. Come on. You can't really gauge that. Matt Canada, he got to play with Ben, Kenny, Mitch. He had 3, so we can say that he sucked, officially once you get 3 chances. Oh, Cam got the gray beard. I'm better looking than Cam, though, man. Cam don't wear this gray salt and pepper like I do. Cam don't got it like that. It takes skill to be able to wear this salt and pepper like this. The Boys Gaming, what's up? In sports, Justin Jefferson or Stephon Diggs? Justin Jefferson all day. Best receiver in the league, if you ask me. The Starbucks is hitting the spot, boys and girls. Hitting the spot. Your beard isn't gray. It's distinguished. I'm getting some gray. There ain't nothing wrong with getting gray. I'm telling you. People dig it. People dig it, D. J. Tess, with that Jefferson. Yeah, I think Jefferson. Patrick Peterson, Delbert says, with a question mark. Well, Delbert, here is my theory on Patrick Peterson. If he will maybe restructure, add a year to his deal, restructure that cap number down a little bit, and be open to being a safety, being a corner, but being a very versatile player and not being fully committed to being the number one guy at the corner position and not trying to start there next season. I think that he could be a quality guy to have inside of that locker room if he's going to be versatile and play elsewhere. I think that that's where he is at in his career now, and he is definitely going to have to extend for at least a year to lower that cap hit, or he's going to have to be a cap casualty. That's my thoughts on Patrick Peterson. JJ all day. Hey. Ryan Ryder Wagner, what did you think of the Browns 23-24 season? I thought it went really well. The one problem I see with the Browns is you have Myles Garrett. That was a little bit overrated toward the end. Guy that didn't have a sack in his final 7 games. We had a guy that came off the bench and played like 10 snaps a game on defense that had more sacks than him. So I think like there was some issues. Deshaun Watson, I think is highly overrated by the Cleveland Browns, and I don't think he's ever going to be back to the Deshaun Watson that he was once before. But I may eat my words, and he may. But they had in general, pretty damn good year, and they floundered in the playoffs. They just couldn't get it done. Myles Garrett was non-existent when his team needed him the most. An excellent defense that just didn't perform. Mine's all salt, lost pepper. Oh, you lost the pepper, JD. Yeah, once you lose the pepper, you're all salt and snow then, my friend. Definitely. That's okay. I'm sure you look pretty damn good with it, brother. JP, the Steelers need to build the roster through the draft. That's what I like to do, but you gotta play free agency right, and that's where man, Sean is hitting the delete button on some messages. People must be putting some dumb shit in there. Way to go, moderator Sean. Way to go, for sure. Joseph Tess, I like Pickett. Yeah, some people do. Sebastian, what do you think of George Pickens' behavior on the field? Sometimes it reminds me of Brown. Oh, of Antonio Brown. I don't think it was to that level. I think George Pickens is just a young guy with a lot of damn talent that was getting frustrated because he was playing with scrub ass quarterbacks. And I felt like once he was able to get involved into the game plan a little bit more and actually know that there's a chance that he could be involved, I think that's when you started to see his behavior get better. And I felt like he learned some valuable lessons from that. I think Mike Tomlin actually did scold his ass a little bit. And we'll see. See how it goes. Hopefully it continues. His behavior was better at the end. But I don't think it was as horrible as Antonio Brown. Chris Prods, what is the best possible thing the Steelers could do in the offseason in your opinion? My theory for the best possible thing the Pittsburgh Steelers could do this offseason is get a damn center and get a right tackle. It's just shore up that offensive line, because I think if you have a serviceable quarterback behind an excellent offensive line, you can at least be relevant. You can at least compete for a playoff spot, and that's what I think the Steelers got to look for this year in parts in terms of building up toward that ultimate prize of chasing a Lombardi trophy. I think you have to complete that offensive line. That's step one in my eyes. I think the defense could be filled up a little bit in the mid to late rounds in the draft. I think the defense also could be filled up in free agency. So I don't think that that's the biggest issue. Like I said, the offensive line, just shoring that up, those final couple pieces, and it's almost there. Having that elite line, I think you could really do big things in 2024. And then maybe the following season, if you get the quarterback situation figured out and know who your guy is, maybe you could go and take a run at the Kansas City Chiefs and try to play in that Super Bowl. What'd you say, Robert? Sorry. Robert Road. I was a just for men guy when the Grays first arrived. I no longer care about what color my hair and beard are. The main thing is I still have my hair. Yeah, I still have mine too, but it's I have to use some stuff to make sure it don't fall out. But I gotta admit, I look damn good, so I'm okay with it. I'm okay with getting gray. I'm not getting gray up here. It's only right here, guys. Only right here. Period. That's it. So it's pretty cool. JP, all the free agents the Steelers get be injury prone. That's true, but they get some older guys. That's the risk you take in free agency for sure, guys. It just is what it is. Speaking of the Packers jacket, how do you think they'll do this year? I think they're going to do well with Jordan Love. I think he's the real deal, so we'll see how that goes. I don't think that they're going to be a failure or anything. I definitely think they're going to be contenders inside of that NFC. Yeah, I think they'll make the playoffs. Fred Dog 420, absolutely. Just like we got Pouncey, we need to get the next great center. Yeah, you have to. That's where you build off of. Broderick Jones was a great addition. He was the right pick, I thought. You take the guys that you can there to build that offensive line. You get elite talent. Look at that line when you had even an undrafted guy like Ramon Foster that came in there and really performed with a David DeCastro, with a Marquise Pouncey, with an Al Villanueva. They went out and guard guys like Marcus Gilbert in the draft. Shit like that, guys. They had a quality line then. And it was one of the better ones in the league, and that's what they need to get back to. And I think they have some of those pieces in place. James Daniels, every week improved, guys, at the guard position. A guy that can also play center, but I think he's going to remain at that guard spot. Then you have Isaac Siamalu. Then you have Broderick Jones. So there's three pieces in place that are quality pieces. And I think if you add that right tackle and that center, you're asking for good things. Yeah, he's the best center in the draft, JP, but probably not. Do you think the Bengals give T. Higgins franchise tag? I don't know. I don't know about that one. I'll have to look into it a little bit more. Pathetic Circus. Hey, wish we would have kept Big Ben a couple more years. I think I wish they would have got rid of him a couple years earlier. I think he was getting a little bit just wore out there. That elbow injury had been nagging him, I think, a little bit beforehand. He had some pain. Yeah, I just think he went downhill and wasn't the Ben we were used to. It's a shame, but yeah, when you get older, you can't do the things that you can't or used to. And he wouldn't run play action a lot because he didn't want to turn his back to the defense. He got rid of the ball sometimes way too quickly, and it was just check down city, screen city. You can't win football games like that. We had 3 Pro Bowlers at one point, and we need to get back to that. That's how Le'Veon Bell was doing it. So great he had the best line. Yeah, and that was a talent to block for Lev Bell, for sure. Robert says Higgins is being given the tag, so there you go. He was just getting back to shape. Nah, bro. Dude, I love Ben Roethlisberger. He is one of the best Steelers of all time. But we can't lie to ourselves and say that he was doing good or better or getting better. Nah, we can't lie about that. D, next year is Warren's last contract year. Do you think they extend him, and what do you think they pay him? Who? That's going to be a good one, D. That's a good question. I'm going to say they do try to keep him. But it's going to depend on the 2024 season on what they get him for. I think they would maybe wise if they would look at Jaylen Warren's deal right now as an undrafted free agent and what they had to do to get him in the building and what type of control they have over him now. I think maybe trying to get like an extension worked out, something long-term now before the 2024 season might behoove of them to do. That's where I think they should do. We'll see. Because if he has an explosive year, no telling what could happen. They probably wouldn't be able to keep him and Najee both. George Teston, Kendrick Green at center didn't help Ben. Kendrick Green sucked. I agree about that. He did suck horribly. All right, guys, it's been 81 minutes of Steel City Live here on Mike Drop Sports, and we are going to wrap it up. Again, guys, I thank you all so much for coming through tonight. It's been a great night talking to you guys. I'll try to work on bringing on somebody. Maybe Sean can join me or something tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Sean, let me know. Give me a call or something, buddy. Also, maybe I can find somebody else if Sean can't do it. Maybe we'll do something. We'll figure out tomorrow's show. But you guys all thank you all. You stay blessed also and stay safe. You guys also have a very, very blessed night. And stay safe out there. And again, guys, I really, truly appreciate what you've done here for us at the channel. Thank you so much. I always got to thank you. I really, really do. And I just want to make sure that I emphasize that all the time. But make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, share. And again, there's ways to support us in our bio. And again, thank you to everybody that left super chats. I really, truly appreciate that. And also, guys, if you see people in the chat that may have channels or something, go check them out. Give them a chance. That's how we got here. So maybe do that for people and help them out a little bit and just build up everybody's stuff. And yeah, just spread the love, guys. So until next time, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports, and this is Steel City Live. We'll see you tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another edition of the show. So peace, guys.